Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. This week we are going to be refurbishing the front suspension, which means upper control arm, lower control arm, knuckle, hubs, all of it. First we're going to start by taking them apart. I had bought parts, but ran into the typical didn't have the proper part kind of thing. Here, I'm gonna rant real quick. This is what I ordered from online, right? See? It's a Duralast and it has this part number, right? Duralast, same part number. Different box, you notice, right? I ordered the first box online. It came with the ball joint, the castle nut, snap ring, and a cotter pin. I went in the store because I ordered one instead of two, made the mistake. So I went in the store to pick up the other side. They gave me this ball joint and one of these nuts that has the rubber like O-ring in it to keep it from slipping. No snap ring, no cotter pin, and instead of a castle nut, they gave me this nut. I'm not putting this on the card because I don't want to mismatch, and plus this does not seem at all like it should. So, welcome to working on cars for anyone who hasn't worked on a car and thinks, oh, it's all easy. All you YouTubers make it look easy. No, this is a daily occurrence. I've had to do this multiple times. Like I went for the same part number and everything. Like I walked in, I said I need this part number specifically, and somehow still got the wrong part. Well, anyway, rant over. I'm gonna start in on the passenger side compliance arm, I think it's called. Cause you got the lower control arm, and then you got the compliance arm, and then compliance bushing, I think. I don't remember the technical terms. I bought penetrating fluid so that way we could get into these because these things are looking a bit fused. Next, we're gonna then kick in and start knocking out the hub, the bearing, and the ball joint out of the knuckle, because we're gonna be taking all this stuff down to like nuts and bolts, and removing all the rust by a wire wheel. And I actually have a blasting cabinet that I will be using these parts in to kind of really clean them up. First, we'll start with compliance arm. So I just put some penetrating fluid into on the bolts for the compliance arm. I'm gonna let that sit. I'm gonna start in on the knuckle and knock out the hub, wheel bearing, and then I will get to the lower ball joint. I will keep you updated.
1 hour later.
Well, the camera battery is dying, so I gotta make this quick. Driver side knuckle, the hub came out. Problem was I messed up and the outer sleeve of the bearing is stuck up in the knuckle right now. I'm trying to somehow figure out how to fix that. Driver's side's a pain. What's worse is the passenger side is actually not even coming out at all. I actually bent the dust cover, superheated it, whacked it, nothing's coming apart. So I don't know what to do with that. I'll figure that out later. As for the other components, I actually just broke them down, as you probably just saw. They came off actually a lot easier than I thought they would. I was actually running out of air because I blew a fuse earlier and I forgot to reset it, so I was running out of air, but got all the components together. See, got the driver side. These are all the driver side, and here's all the passenger side. These are the coilover forks at the bottom. I actually have to blast them and recoat them so that way they can go on the new coilovers. I actually have new lower control arms from Skunk 2. They're in a box over there, and I have to refurbish these to hook up to the Skunk 2 lower control arms. I even have some hard rubber bushings for that because the old ones were dying. So that is the update. I'm probably gonna go back and see if I can do some more work on the hubs and knuckles, because those are proven to be a bit trickier. That's the word I'm gonna. Good afternoon, day 2. Couldn't get the hubs off yesterday, so I soaked them overnight in penetrating fluid and even gave them a little bit of heat. So I'm gonna throw them on the sawhorses and give them another couple whack. Hopefully come out today, because if they don't come out, period, I don't want to have to buy new knuckles for this purpose, so find another purpose or do some Googling. Let's get them on the sawhorses and start pounding them. Sounds weird. Tried to get some decent productivity done. Sadly, couldn't get the bearing sleeve out. I heat treated the crap out of it with MAP gas. Hopefully by tomorrow it will have cooled and I'll be able to, bash it out. Got the hub out of the passenger side knuckle. Took a bit of persuading and finally did come out. It took me like 4 hours. Right now I am stuck with the snap ring on the passenger side. It is removing, it's refusing to move. Heat treated that. I kind of brushed it down, as you probably just saw. Hopefully it will come loose and then I'll be able to knock out the bearing. But sadly, all that's gonna have to be done tomorrow because I'm running out of daylight, as you might have seen. Nothing's budging. So I'm gonna run to the store tomorrow and pick up some more penetrating fluid, some brake clean, some other materials to hopefully get all this stuff apart. We'll see you tomorrow. Day 3? I think it's day 3. I've let it soak overnight and most of today. I actually had to work today, so wasn't able to get a lot done today, but I'm gonna try a snap ring again. Hopefully I can pop the snap ring out and then push the bearing out. I actually picked up more penetrating fluid. I actually got a better version, I think. We'll find out. And I actually picked up brake clean because that is going to be my choice of cleaning or degreasing the parts before I put them in the blasting cabinet. I know there's probably a better solution or a better way of doing it, but a bit of a time crunch, and I didn't really have time to do a whole lot of research. Again, not an expert in doing any of this. I'm kind of just learning as we go. That's the channel. We're learning. I'm gonna get cracking. Alright, I just finished taking apart the knuckles. It took me days, as you probably won't notice on camera. Getting the wheel bearings out was a bit of a pain. I had to heat them. Like, I found out today that if I heat them with MAP gas and then spray them with brake cleaner on the inside, it'll cool the bearing quicker than it'll cool the knuckle, and the bearing will pop out. I wish I knew that 4 days ago, but you know, it is what it is. The wheel bearings came out okay. The ball joints seemed like they were going to be a bit harder, just because I borrowed a ball joint separator kit from AutoZone, and it didn't exactly fit up. The knuckles don't have like a ridge or anything flat to prop it up against when the clamps down on it. So I just ended up doing the same method of heating, cooling, and just whacking it with a hammer. And it actually took a lot less time than I thought it was. I thought it was going to take a lot longer. You know, everything's done. Now we move on to taping up, degreasing, taping up, and then throwing them in the blasting cabinet and just knocking off all the rust. It's pretty thick. Once I'm done with the blasting cabinet, then we'll check to see if there's any cracks, any warpage, anything that might be like we should replace them. If we don't have to replace them, all good. We'll move it on to priming. Hopefully I can get all that stuff done today. We'll find out.
1.5 hours later.
Well, sadly guys, we ran out of time today. I'm gonna have to make this a two-parter. I hate doing that, but I can only upload so much at a time given to my time schedule. But I will definitely upload the second half next week. Hope you enjoyed this half of the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button to get updates on the weekly content. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and see you next week.